This is Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching When You Finish Saving the World. This is starring Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and Julianne Moore, and this is directed by Jesse Eisenberg, of all people. You know, this is his first time directing a full film like this, so that also piqued my curiosity. But this was a very interesting watch. You know, this is all about a mother and her son and their relationship, where you got Finn Wolfhard character Ziggy. He's pretty much like a YouTuber, but they don't call it YouTube on this. They call it something else. And he's also a musician. A very popular, somewhat popular. He's got like 20-something thousand followers. I would be talking big shit as well if I had 20,000 followers. But anyways, he talks to many different people, interacts with a lot of different people across the world and stuff like that. He's very laser focused on that. While on the other side of things, you have Julianne Moore's character, Evelyn, that's Ziggy's mom. She's pretty much like this caseworker, helps people that are in need of finding a home or, till they get back on their feet. This story is pretty fascinating. It takes a minute to get going. It's definitely a slow burn, but once you kind of figure out what's kind of being displayed here, you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. So these two, Ziggy and Evelyn, are really not seeing eye to eye, where Ziggy has his own kind of motives. He's trying to impress this girl that he knows at school. This girl is really heavy into politics, and he's really not into that, but he's willing to kind of just learn. But you kind of see what he's really trying to do by the end of it, and it kind of falls apart. He starts to kind of he starts to become full of himself. He's very full of himself, like him having all these followers around the world. Like, he just walks like he's a god. He acts like he's a god, I should say. And the other thing about Evelyn's character is, she has this disconnect with her son, so she tries to find something or someone to kind of fill that void. And there's this kid that she really gravitates towards, tries to do everything in her power to make sure he goes to school, but that's not really what he wants. It's almost like she is trying to be this kid's mom instead of like a caseworker. And both Evelyn and Ziggy just become somewhat obsessed. They have like this obsessive personality about themselves, to the point where they start to really kind of jump the gun, with both their situations, where it starts to become about money with Ziggy, and the girl that he likes doesn't really, like him for that, or was completely just turned off by that whole scenario, and feels like you're just doing this and using people for their money. Evelyn wants this bright future for Kyle. That's the kid that she's kind of trying to, that she sees as her son temporarily, or someone that she could probably help. It just gets really interesting. I will say that the ending was really, it kind of brings everything together. I think this was a really good first movie for Jesse Eisenberg. I would like to see what he could do next. I would definitely be down to watch that. I think Finn Wolfhard has a very bright future beyond Stranger Things. Even though I will say his performance in this was very much like Mike Wheeler. But it's okay. It's going to kind of take some time and some, more movies, more shows to kind of really flesh out and see where he wants to go as far as his career goes. But all that aside, I thought this was a solid movie. Definitely should check this out on VOD. I don't know if they're ever going to put this on a streaming service, but it's out there on VOD. Definitely worth a rent. I don't know if you're a collector of A24 movies, you could definitely add this to your collection. I think it's definitely a solid movie. But if you have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out.